For 30 years, the Steele Creek Nature Center has been a treasure chest of all things natural in the park. The Nature Center has seen several changes throughout the years, including a major expansion in 2017, and in June 2025, the Nature Center hit another incredible milestone.
So the American Alliance of Museums is the organization that sets the best practices for museums, nature centers, visitor centers, even zoos and aquariums across much of the Northern Hemisphere. And so they have their accreditation process. That is a lengthy process, and they ensure that their organizations are meeting all of those best practices. Not just the things that are happening on the front end that the park visitors would always see, but even things that are happening behind those closed doors, the things that are happening in the collection space, and making sure that the building is up to code, all of those types of things. So getting accreditation from the AAM is the highest achievement that an institution can earn in North America.
It's such a great honor when we have virtually a public-private opportunity to come together to elevate something of this magnitude in our community. When you come to the Nature Center at Steele Creek, it's a top-notch facility. It's got everything. It's got animal representation, it has flora representation, it has a research library. We've got outstanding associates here that manage and run the Nature Center, and it's a privilege to have this, and we could not have done this without an outstanding staff and without our volunteer system through the Friends of Steele's Creek.
We started this process 4 years ago. We just set out to say, this was shortly after we had expanded the Nature Center with our new facility, and we said, you know what, we are really proud of what we've got here and we want to show it off. And so, what's a way that we can put this feather in our cap that would show others what we have. And so we realized that AAM accreditation is really that first step that we could take, only to realize that the journey to accreditation would be so much more valuable than we ever thought possible when we first started the process.
And that process is quite lengthy and difficult.
It's a multi-stage process. You start with taking a pledge of excellence that you're going to adhere to the standards that the Alliance sets out. But then the next and probably the most lengthy part of the process is the core documents, authorship and then verification. So those core documents are the Code of Ethics, the Disaster Plan, the Mission Statement, the Institutional Plan, and the Collections Management Policy. But those were the ones that we were required to have. We've also added an education policy and a live exhibits care procedure and policy. So that was the process that I didn't expect to love as much as I did. It was difficult, it was arduous, we got a lot of revisions back from time to time, but what those core documents really forced us to do was to laser focus in on our mission and our programming and our research objectives, and when we were able to really put that into words, it really just made crystal clear exactly what we're about. And the final step of the accreditation process, after the core documents are verified, then we had to go through peer review, where 2 site reviewers that are not connected to the area at all, they came down and spent 2 days on site, interviewing staff, talking with their friends of Steele Creek, talking with the city manager. They were touring the facilities, going through the collections. They really came through the place with a fine-tooth comb, and then they recommended full accreditation to the AAM.
Of course, the Nature Center is very much a team effort, and the staff is truly top-notch.
We've got an all-star team here at the Nature Center. So in addition to myself, we've also got our collections manager, that's Lance Jesse. He does a lot of that, sometimes gross work that's happening behind the scenes, but he's also a gifted naturalist and does a lot of programs and nature camps as well. We've also got botanist Don Holt and our real fun guy Mike, our mycologist, and he does things other than fun guy and mushrooms. But then we've also got a couple of great seasonal employees. So Skylar Harrington and Jean Van Olst is a returning seasonal naturalist that's been working with us for about 10 years.
Going forward, this accreditation will benefit the Nature Center in a number of ways.
This matters for a lot of reasons. One, when anyone walks into our exhibits, they know right away that this is not just any old nature center or interpretive center or a park welcome center. They realize right away that this is something special. So getting that national designation is the proof that not only does it look good, but we're also living our policies. We're practicing what we're preaching. It also opens us up for all sorts of other possibilities in the future, new avenues that we may explore to bring new programming, new exhibits. We now have that distinction that allows us to borrow specimens from other institutions because they know we're going to take care of those things. Accreditation is one of the most valuable processes that an institution like ours could seek.